I don't know if that could be anything else besides an Axanthic Pied. What's up, Royals? I'm Kai. Hope you're doing well, and I have another Axanthic Pied clutch to cut today. This is the most hopeful clutch for Axanthic Pieds because based on the odds, I should get at least 2 double visuals. But I think judging from this face right here, you probably know I got more than just 2. Comment down below before the egg cutting starts, how many Axanthic Pieds do you think we got in this clutch? Look at what we got here. Got a nice clutch of eggs. Let me get my scissors. So this is the double het or double visual or anything in between for lightning pieds. So the female is a pied het Axanthic. Sorry, the male is a pied het Axanthic and the female is Axanthic het for pied. So we're not going to deal with any pos hets, 66, 50% hets or anything like that. We'll know exactly what the genetics are. They'll either be visual or they'll be 100%. So we're going to go ahead and start here. How many eggs do we have? Why do we have 2 blue ones? Oh, I think because the 2 that are marked with this bluish green color, I think those are the ones that rolled out. So yeah, that must be why, because I only have one card on this clutch. Sometimes I'll mix 2 different clutches together if they're hatched around the same time, but I don't see why I would mix 2 clutches, especially since we have 9 eggs. So there is our first. Maybe I shouldn't jump to conclusions like I did on the last Axanthic Pied clutch, but I don't know if that could be anything else besides an Axanthic Pied. That is cool. Look how dark that saddle is. You can see the silver gray outline of that saddle, and then in the between you have those 2 really deep dark lines. But that's the only pattern I see. I do see some more pattern in there, but it's pretty far in there and I don't want to mess with it too much. Yeah, I don't think I can be mistaken with this one like I did with the last clutch. So that last clutch, I thought I had 3 Axanthic Pieds and turned out I only had 1. Alright, so I don't think I can be mistaken. That's an Axanthic Pied. Whew, that's awesome. First egg, Axanthic Pied. That's the best we could hope for. And we got the best one. Egg number 2. Now last season I did the same pairing and I don't think I got as many eggs. And I think I only got 1 Axanthic Pied out of that clutch. So we got more eggs this time. We got better chance. And come on. I think that's another Axanthic Pied. You know, the funny thing is, like last time, not the last time, but the last clutch I had of Axanthic Pieds, I was mainly looking at the egg and the hatchling through the lens of the camera. And I think the color gets distorted just slightly. So now I'm not looking through the camera anymore. I'm just looking at with my actual eyes, and fairly certain this is an Axanthic Pied. I'm pretty sure my neck is going to have a cramp after this. Just the way I position myself so I can see it around the camera. Alright, now we are going to move on to the ones that weren't rolled out. So I don't know why the mom rolled those out. They look perfectly fine. I mean, it could be that she didn't have enough space inside her coils for all the eggs. So she decided, hey, you know what? I want to make sure that most of them survive, so maybe she just sacrificed a couple. Alright, so this is our first double het. So we hit 2 double visuals and now we have double hets. And you can see how light that color is? It's not dark like a typical normal. So what I noticed with hets, well, number one with hets, it does make the color cleaner and lighter, but especially with the Axanthics, it really like dilutes the color, and there's a different sheen to a het Axanthic. So if you're ever in a position where you have past het Axanthics, you can use those two little indicators, one being the lightness of the color, and then the other being the sheen on the scales on the skin, to try to best efforts to try to identify the het Axanthic out of all the past het Axanthics. And that's just something that I've noticed. Of course, I only work with the VPI line, so I don't know if it carries through to all the lines, but that's something definitely you can look at. And also the pattern. You'll see a lot of alien heads being connected, alien eyes elongated. And we don't have any trouble identifying this one. That's definitely another Axanthic pied. Look how light and clean these are. I don't think the male is anything else besides a pied het Axanthic, although he does have a little bit of a funky color. It's not as orange and tan as most pieds are. His is more of a dark brown. But yeah, that's another pied, Axanthic pied. So we got three double visuals. What are our odds here? What are our odds? So for the pieds, it's 50%. For Axanthic, it's 50%. So it should be 1 in 4. It should be 1 in 4. All right, moving on to the next egg. Now I hit plenty of Axanthic het pieds and Axanthic past het pieds. And we got a pied het Axanthic. That almost looks pastel, how light it is. But there's no pastel in this pairing. The mom is a Axanthic het pied. There's no denying that. And like I said, the dad is a funky color, but nothing on the dad indicates pastel because he's actually darker than a typical pied. So that's cool. We got a pied. I do have some pied het Axanthics from a previous clutch as well. So we pretty much hit on everything. But we definitely need more double visuals. Man, these are awesome. So my plans going forward for this is to put pinstripe and fire into the double visual. That's another pastel pied. I mean, just look at how clean and yellow these are. Usually they're like tan with the orange outline. Sorry, tan and orange with the black outline on the saddle, but these have almost no outline at all. That's crazy. That's so cool. All right, let's move on. We got 3 more eggs to go. I would love to get another double. Oh, this one is really full. Come on. It looks to be a pied. What kind of pied though? That looks like another regular pied, but it looks pastel again. Look how blushed out the head is. And that red right there, that deep purplish red, I think that's the umbilical cord. So we don't want to mess with it too much, but keep an eye on it just in case it looks tangled. One thing that I mentioned in my previous egg cutting videos is if you see that, definitely keep an eye on it. And if it looks like it needs a little help, what I do is I cut relief slits. So I'll cut a slit here. So from the top down about, half an inch or so. And I'll do that all around, maybe like 4 or 5 relief slits. That way the egg can kind of just open up by itself, kind of like a plate. And then it'll give the hatchling a little bit more room to wiggle itself out, rather than sticking my hand and fingers in there and pulling him out and trying to untangle it. That would be my last ditch effort if I had to do that. Where did this blood come from? I think it must have dripped from the other egg. But don't worry, that's not really harmful to the snake. At this point, they don't really need those blood vessels that you see inside the egg anymore. They're just there for gas exchange, and they're almost ready to come out. This looks like, I gotta turn this around. Come on, is there a pattern? Yes, there's a little bit of pattern. I don't see color. I see just gray and black, silver. Oh, there's more pattern right here. Yeah, that's definitely another Axanthic Pied. So how many did we hit? We hit 4 so far? 4 Axanthic Pieds? Let me see. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we hit 4 Axanthic Pieds. Most of them are, and the other ones, most of them are pieds, and then we have this one double het. I had to do a second take there because I thought that almost looked like an Axanthic. All right, so we didn't hit any straight Axanthics, but we did get all the other combinations. Pretty good odds on this one, for sure. 4 of them. That's almost half the clutch because we got 9 eggs. And our odds are supposed to be 1 in 4. This is definitely another pied. Oh, that's gonna be hard to tell. There's like no pattern at all. Let's see if I can wiggle this around. There's more pattern. That is another Axanthic. That is crazy. 5 Axanthic Pieds. That's got to be like one of the high white ones. Look at all that. You know, Axanthic Pieds is one of the combinations that I don't mind having medium to high white, because it just makes the animal look cleaner, and that's kind of what I'm going for with Axanthic Pieds. With the other type of pies, I'm going for bright colors, very deep oranges and things like that, so I want to see a lot of the pattern. But here I'm just going for cleanliness, and I think the less pattern, the cleaner the saddles are. At least that's what appears. All right, so we got 5. I got to figure out how to fit this one in, but I'll definitely give you guys an update once they're all out of their eggs. All right, time for an update. The funny thing is, the most unique animal out of this entire clutch is this normal right here. So we got a female normal that's double het for Axanthic and pied. I think this little girl is actually spoken for. And the second most unique animals out of this clutch are these pieds. Now they do have some variability with their colors. So this one right here that I'm putting down, it's not cooperating. This one right here, that's a boy. And you can see it's fairly bright. This one, it's got more orange color, more rusty color. This is another boy. And this last one, look how bright this one is. It almost looks pastel to me. So I'm guessing that when this, whatever this is, paired to or put with the Axanthic version, it makes a really, really bright and clean silver, as opposed to this with Axanthic, it kind of makes it a darker silver. So I don't know if that made sense, but that's a boy, that's a boy, that's a girl, and they're all 100% het for Axanthic. Is this not the coolest thing ever? Look at this big ball of Axanthics. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 beautiful Axanthics. They're all extremely, extremely bright and clean. This one actually looks a little bit like pastel, but there's no pastel in the mix. You get a lot of these dots. Pastel makes some dots. Oops, stay still. Make some dots here and there, so it kind of looks like pastel, but there's no pastel in the mix. This one is got a lot of silvers, very light in color. This one's also light in color. This one's a little bit darker, and this one's kind of medium. But yeah, I just wanted to show these off to you. What a great sight to see so many Axanthic Pieds all together. Oh, this is so awesome. What a great clutch. I got great odds hitting the double visual. This is the only female in the clutch though. That's so weird how things go. Like I got such great odds with hitting the recessive genes together, but when it comes to the sex odds, this is the only female. These are all males. But I'm still happy with the outcome. Just look at that. I love seeing all of them together. I feel like I want to keep them all together, but yeah, that's just not realistic. That clutch was better than I could have hoped for. I mean, having 5 Axanthic Pieds in one clutch. Oh, plus the one that I hatched earlier this season. So that makes a total of 6 Axanthic Pieds. But we're not done. There's actually another clutch in the incubator. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that one. That about wraps it up for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're new to this channel and you want to be informed of future uploads, make sure you're subscribed and ring that notification bell. As always, thanks for watching. Please share and remember, rules for life. Peace out.